Welcome back, everyone. This is part 3 of the King's Castle. King James, along with Blair Chopin and Pete Kohlberg.
What's up?
And getting back to the wrestling here for a minute. We've seen some interesting developments over the past several weeks on SmackDown Live, including, and we've heard rumors about some big things going on, including surrounding Backlash coming up in a couple of weeks. We expect to see the debut of Shinsuke Nakamura for in-ring competition when he faces Dolph Ziggler.
You know what I was thinking? Have they given Shinsuke enough of a build-up? I mean, I'm the first one who thought of this. Have they?
Nobody's going to catch on.
Enough of a build-up? What do you think?
Honestly, no, I don't. Because if you think about it, the SmackDown after WrestleMania,
I remember it following.
His debut, all he did was come out there and dance.
There was a guy playing, what was that guy playing?
He was playing a violin or a fiddle.
Yeah, that was pretty cool though.
But all he did was
come
out there and dance to his entrance theme. And he really hadn't had a match. And Ziggler tried to confront him this past week on SmackDown. And he said he wanted to have the match then and there, but Ziggler's like, nope, I'll come at you, Backlash, and then he walked away. So now, we have yet to see him in the ring, but now I've also heard rumors that apparently they're trying to build him to a feud with Kevin Owens following Backlash. And I don't really know how I feel about that. I think it'd be a great match, but it'd be better if they were to put him in the ring against someone like AJ Styles. Don't you think?
I could say that.
But on the other hand, we also know that Jinder Mahal is scheduled to face Randy Orton. I told you, Jinder Mahal is just his character name.
Oh, okay.
So, and I gotta admit, for years, I didn't think Jinder Mahal was a mainframe guy. I thought he was more mid-card until he got into this faction with the Singh brothers. No, I don't mean they literally sing.
Oh man,
I mean their names are the Singh brothers.
Yeah.
So, if you ask me, a lot of people are doubting Jinder because Randy Orton's the veteran and he has many more years experience. But I genuinely think that if they give Jinder Mahal the championship, this could be one of the most dominant factions in the history of the WWE.
Well, I think it's going to set up a good feud.
I think that is the epitome of hyperbole. As Brian Regan would say.
Wait, what?
The epitome of hyperbole. Don't be a prisoner of the moment, James. The greatest faction in WWE history?
I wouldn't go that far, but I think they set it up for a good...
Well, what I meant to say was they could be potentially one of the most dangerous factions in WWE today.
But, today...
If Jinder Mahal wins the
What
title.
about tomorrow?
I don't think tomorrow.
Kid.
I was kind of thinking them more of a yesterday.
This is the tomorrow.
Yesterday.
So...
All my troubles seem so far.
But no, you see what I'm saying?
So,
but then
honestly,
James call me went away.
Honestly, would it make sense to give Jinder the championship to you?
I don't think so, but I think...
Well, what gender championship would he get?
The transgender championship.
I told you, his character name was Jinder Mahal.
But, I mean, I don't think he needs to get the championship right now, but I think if he gets the championship, it sets up for a heck of a feud.
And here's the interesting thing somebody pointed out last week. A lot of people think Jinder Mahal is a joke because of the way he was built in WWE before.
I take him very
But what a lot of people don't realize is that many years ago, he had the potential to be the first ever NXT champion when he faced Seth Rollins in a one-on-one match. And at the time, he didn't get the job done. But I think Mr. Mahal is ready.
What are we doing with Seth Rollins now? Is he getting?
Well,
He's getting his ass kicked by Samoa Joe.
currently Seth Rollins is in a feud with Samoa Joe.
So why I don't understand. So Seth Rollins is the main event guy. Why is he getting his ass kicked by Cowboy Dan?
Okay, now there was a good match for Brock Lesnar, whatever, July.
Great Balls of Fire.
Yeah, that one.
Which, by the way, we still don't get that.
But yeah, I mean, I
What?
think
We still don't get the pay-per-view name. It really doesn't make any sense.
But I didn't think about that.
Wait, whoa. How's that weather outside? I think it's pretty fair. Fair weather reminds me of somebody. You for criticizing the WWE. Love of the game.
Blair,
Yes.
I'm not criticizing the WWE.
Yes, sure.
I'm saying that the
You just said their pay-per-view name made no sense. And
because
they're a bunch of poo-poo heads in Charlton.
they're playing off the title of a classic song from the 1960s.
That is true.
Yeah. And I think they've just run out of clever names. So.
And it really didn't make much sense unless the title match is a Ring of Fire match.
I think
And the theme song should be Ring of Fire from Johnny Cash.
I think they should do a pay-per-view and name it after a song in the 70s called Stairway to Heaven. And it's all ladder matches.
No, there's not a bad idea,
That's
except...
not a bad idea.
That's not the worst idea I've ever had.
Now,
What is the worst idea?
What's that?
Never mind.
another
I
interesting
don't
development
know.
on SmackDown is Rusev. Because
Great
Rusev...
guy. Helped Donald Trump get elected.
Rusev has publicly stated that he will not wrestle for SmackDown Live unless he is granted a WWE Championship match of Money in the Bank.
Shoddy, what you
And he says that he will come to SmackDown next week, and he wants an answer from Shane McMahon. Now,
Where's Shane been, though?
honestly, do you think Shane's going to give him a title match?
No.
I don't think so either.
I don't know, though. No, I hope not.
With that being said, do you think Rusev's just going to walk out?
No.
Well, where do you think they're going with this?
I think...
Purgatory.
Because normally... Well,
I think...
no, wait a minute. Normally, if a superstar gives demands like that and then quits, it means they usually quit for a storyline.
That's what I was getting.
Yeah.
That's what I was getting ready to say. Maybe they're setting it up for a Rusev Shane McMahon feud,
Wait,
and this would be the feud that I was talking about when WrestleMania
Very
came.
excited for you.
you think they're going to put Shane in a match with Rusev?
USA. USA.
Yes, I do.
Shane's a dead man. If
Honestly, this is what should have
I don't think
happened.
Shane's a bad wrestler.
I don't either. And
My
honestly,
hot
this
take
is
of the
what
day.
should have happened with the Shane McMahon AJ Styles.
Those Pete keeping it real.
really,
I think.
Why do you say that?
I'm just
I think-
envisioning 100 emoticon next to your
I
head.
know, right?
You're keeping it so real right now.
I think you've heard me say in the past that I think that feud was just kind of thrown together. It wasn't really. There wasn't a lot of build up for it.
well, actually
I
it
agree
was.
with you.
Because if you think about
Are
it,
you smacking that?
Yeah.
if you think about it, AJ was, for a long time, considered for a WrestleMania main event on the SmackDown side.
Right, but then.
However, he lost his opportunity to Randy Orton, and then he took his anger out on Shane McMahon by throwing his head into that car window.
Right, and then that night it was arranged as a match.
Proper way to take out your anger.
Right.
And then what was it? WrestleMania was in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a short time to set
I
up.
say give it at least maybe 2 months
You need hype.
of a build up. Exactly, give it hype.
Or at
Instead
least-
of just
at least
put
a
them together
month.
and say, okay, these are the two, pick your side.
And by the way, we know
Right.
I agree with Pete. Pete needs to be the new host.
from all the
Fair
WWE
and balanced.
we know from
Fox News.
all the WWE on-air promotion that Money in the Bank isn't scheduled until June 18th.
Exactly. So that
Good
is
day.
that's
Day of
a
our Lord.
It's also Father's Day, so
Wow.
make sure you buy your dad something.
yeah. And
Sure, that's what your dad wants to watch for his birthday.
great balls of fire.
Great balls of fire with a bunch of men in their underwear getting after each other. So romantic.
But no, I mean, they need to have that. That's enough time for them to develop that feud.
I agree with Pete.
I do too. I think.
James,
And I think
fire like James Comey because Pete is making some.
When I
Blair, you can't fire me. I'm the main host.
do Sons of Anarchy, bring it to a vote. No, I'm kidding.
I'd win.
Oh come on! You know you like me, Pete.
I do. We all do.
I don't like you. I love you.
We all love you, James.
Oh well.
But but no, I mean
that's a fun noise. It's a new one in yours.
You're making me feel strange.
Wow, last time I heard that from somebody.
but no, that's enough time
Cheers.
for them to build up this
Doctor Strange.
exactly this rivalry. And I think if Rusev is coming to SmackDown on Tuesday, I say start it then.
Absolutely. So we'll just see how that plays out. But in the meantime, when we come back, we're going to give you our picks for what's up for the week. So stay right there.
I have no idea. What was the last thing we were talking about? Rusev and Shane McMahon, right?
Yeah.
That sounds like it'd be a good match. Rusev, to me, is kind of on his last gasp if he's going to be a superstar or not.
He is.
Like,
Really?
He's been kind of irrelevant.
I mean,
he's been irrelevant.
I mean, he's already been a champion multiple times, and he went undefeated
he's
for
fallen
months.
into that mid-card range for me.
Like
last chance of superstardom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I watched a 30 for 30 about somebody that was like that.
Who?
I can't remember his name.
What was the story about?
It was talking about how he had been signed to WWE in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And he had been signed and released, or signed and then he decided to leave and all this kind of stuff.
Wow.
And he said that they got to the point where they gave him one last shot, and he said, if I can't make it then, I'm done. And they said, the wrestling promoters actually told him that. If you don't make it this time, you're done. We're not resigning.
This was a 30 for 30.
I
Wow.
think it was.
Oh, interesting.
Can't remember.
Any idea what you're talking about?
Well, we're gonna have
It's all the hair.
We're gonna have to do a little digging into that. But like we said, when we come back, we're gonna give you our picks for what's up of the week. So stay right there.
It might have been the Adam Rose character.
You know what? I think I know the one you're talking about. That's
Rosie
when,
Now that I say that,
that's when they built the. That's when they did the 30 for 30 surrounding not just him, but the NXT brand in general.
yeah, that one.
Who would want to watch that 30 for 30?
I was bored.
The Ric Flair 30 for 30. I can't wait.
I know, right?
I don't think it has a release date yet, but that's going to be one of the great 30 for 30s.
Yeah.
If they can't get any good stories out of him.
We will definitely keep you updated on that one because we're all Flair fans, right?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Come
It was
on.
good back then.
Oh, James. How could I forget? We got to talk about The Rock saying he's going to run for president.
Oh!
I haven't heard
President Rock!
So we'll be back with that right after this.
That is what you call